Dear viewers, welcome to the early week weather report. Today, the United States is preparing to enter a period of weather considered one of the most volatile and complex since the beginning of the 2025 winter season. A chain of atmospheric systems is linking together, creating an extremely diverse weather picture. Some areas are freezing cold, others are about to face storms, gusty winds, hail, and even tornadoes. The cold air mass descending from Canada is plunging the entire eastern United States into freezing conditions, while on the west side a large-scale low-pressure system is forming and is forecast to become a cross-continental storm. From the Pacific coast all the way to the Atlantic coast. At present on the national satellite map, dark blue areas stretching from the Midwest to the southeast show the regions directly affected by the Arctic air mass. Here, the National Weather Service has issued a series of freeze warnings, especially for Florida, Georgia, Alabama, South, and North Carolina, where temperatures rarely fall below freezing in early November. Tomorrow morning, these areas will experience the coldest morning of the year, with temperatures dropping to between 1 and 3 degrees Celsius, accompanied by winds that make it feel like 5 to 7 degrees Celsius. Residents are advised to protect crops, cover water systems, and pay special attention to heating for the elderly, children, and pets. Meanwhile, in the Great Lakes and Midwest, snow has begun to fall heavily across a wide area. States such as Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, and West Virginia are witnessing lake-effect snow, when cold air passes over relatively warm water, causing vapor to condense into huge snow clouds. Some areas around Lake Erie and Lake Huron have recorded snow depths of 25 to 30 centimeters in just the past 24 hours. Interstate highways I-90 and I-75 have been warned of slippery surfaces, and many domestic flights have been delayed or rescheduled due to visibility below 100 meters. Rescue forces have been placed on alert, especially in western New York and western Pennsylvania, where snow is expected to continue through tonight. At the same time, in the western United States, a deep low-pressure system is forming off the Pacific coast, moving inland through California, Oregon, and Washington. This is expected to be the source of the largest storm of the month, potentially creating a chain of winter storms lasting several days. Global forecast models such as GFS and ECMWF both indicate that this system will bring heavy rainfall, thick snow, and strong winds of 80 to 90 km/h along coastal mountain ranges. With steep terrain and already saturated soil from previous rains, the risk of landslides and flash floods in Northern California and Southern Oregon is very high. What is more concerning is that as this low-pressure mass moves east, it will collide with the cold air mass dominating the central United States. The interaction between the two air masses, warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico and cold, dry air from the north, will create ideal conditions for severe thunderstorms, hail, and even tornadoes. Meteorologists from Colorado State University have issued an early alert for a 30% probability of dangerous weather this weekend, a very high figure for long-range forecasting. Specifically, the risk area includes Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, and even Tennessee, where convective currents may become strong, combining with high-level winds to form short-lived tornadoes. In Oklahoma, Missouri, Iowa, and Kansas, although not in the storm's core, residents will face strong winds, heavy rain, and localized hail as the system passes on Friday and Saturday. Meanwhile, the Appalachian and central eastern United States, including Kentucky, West Virginia, and Virginia, are expected to experience cold rain turning to snow, characteristic of early winter conditions. For the Northeast, the cold air mass continues to dominate. Snow may spread to Pennsylvania, New York, Vermont, and Maine, severely disrupting transportation and rail traffic over the weekend. Temperatures nationwide in the first 2 days of this week continue to plunge. In northern states, particularly around the Great Lakes, nighttime lows are between 10 and 4 degrees, with daytime highs barely reaching 2 degrees. When factoring in wind chill, it feels like 15 degrees Celsius outdoors. In southern states, tonight and tomorrow morning will bring the sharpest drop of the year. Northern Florida may fall to 1 to 2 degrees C, Central Florida 5 to 7 degrees C, and southern areas and the Keys around 10 to 12 degrees C. For a tropical region like Florida, this is considered an extremely rare cold event, comparable to 2010 and 1989 when widespread frost was recorded across the state. However, right after this cold spell, forecasts show a temporary reversal of weather. The cold air will gradually retreat northeastward, giving way to a warm, dry, high-pressure ridge spreading from the west. From midweek, the Midwest and Southeast may warm slightly, with temperatures rising 6 to 8 degrees above current levels. Yet this warm-up is only temporary, as the major Pacific storm is advancing inland, pulling in moisture and soon followed by another, even stronger cold front. According to extended forecast models, around Thursday and Friday, November 13th, 14, the coastal regions of California and Oregon will receive the first phase of the storm. Wind gusts of 70 and 90 km/h, prolonged heavy rain, and waves over 3 meters high will threaten marine and fishing activities. Especially in the Sierra Nevada mountains, new snowfall of 20-30 centimeters is expected, raising total accumulation for the month to over half a meter. After crossing the Rockies, the system will move quickly southeastward, beginning to affect Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, and Louisiana by the weekend. Forecasts for Saturday and Sunday, November 15th, 16, show that as northern cold air meets Gulf moisture, a strong thunderstorm zone will form widely. The possibility of winds exceeding 100 km/h, hail 3 to 5 centimeters in diameter, and small tornadoes is entirely plausible. Some models even show the atmospheric structure dividing into two extreme regions: the northern part with snowstorms and the southern part with severe thunderstorms, both existing within the same large system. After sweeping through the south, the storm center is expected to move eastward into the southeast and Atlantic early next week. There, the clash between northern cold air and oceanic moisture may form a strong nor'easter-type cyclone, the typical winter storm of the New England region. If this scenario occurs, central pressure could drop to 973 HPA, equivalent to a Category 12 storm, bringing winds over 100 km/h, heavy snow from Maine to Boston, and coastal waves up to 4 meters. The National Weather Service has already prepared response scenarios, as this could mark the first true winter storm of the 2025-2026 season. From a dynamic standpoint, experts note that this chain of events originates from a sudden shift in the jet stream. Over recent days, the jet has oscillated sharply between two extremes, making U.S. weather chaotic. Some regions enduring prolonged heat, others receiving Arctic blasts. When the jet stream dips south, it drags intense cold air downward while enabling Pacific lows to strengthen rapidly into storms. This oscillation is what's now creating the upcoming perfect storm. 10-day forecasts clearly showed the division of conditions: western U.S., continued strong winds, heavy rain, and flash flood threats. Central and southern U.S., epicenter of severe thunderstorms this weekend. Northeast, cold rain turning to snow, strong gusts. Southeast and Florida, coldest during the first 2 days of the week, then warming but turning humid again by the weekend. Meteorologists urge residents to prepare accordingly. Western residents should avoid marine travel in the next 72 hours. Southern residents should monitor tornado warnings closely, and northern and northeastern residents should ready winter supplies, check heating systems, backup batteries, and essential food stocks in case snowstorms cause power outages. Dear viewers, in an age of increasingly extreme weather, early and accurate information is crucial for safety. Forecast agencies emphasize that this storm's evolution may still change over the next few days, yet the overall trend points to a powerful, far-reaching, and prolonged system. Therefore, no one should be complacent, even if their area is currently calm and sunny. To close today's report, we send a gentle but meaningful message. In the face of nature's harshness, the most valuable things are calmness, compassion, and solidarity. Please help those around you, especially the elderly and the lonely. Prepare for the coming cold. Stay connected, check your vehicles, store essentials, and most importantly, follow daily weather updates to stay informed. Dear friends, weather may change by the hour, but human preparedness and unity will help us overcome all challenges. We will continue to provide detailed updates on the cross-continental storm and the upcoming first major snowstorm in the next broadcasts. Thank you for watching. If you found this report useful, please click like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to receive the latest updates. We wish you a peaceful, warm evening and a safe new week amid these unusual weather developments. Goodbye and see you again in the next weather report.